Hey guys, I've noticed that a lot of you have issues with setting up your Tradovate. So what I want to do is quickly reset everything, start from scratch, do a proper setup of the Tradovate user interface on web. It's the same if you use the desktop application as well. So whatever you have, let's just go on by default, whatever you get, let's close everything, okay? You may have some other tabs down here. Just look for the X and remove everything. Once you have the clean slate, this blank page, so before that actually, you can also go to preferences and choose if you want a light, a dark, or auto. Auto, for day and night, depending on what time you're on, it will do the light or dark. So I choose dark and save, and then we move on. So to add charts, we click on the add module and we pick whichever we want. So we are looking for chart. So we hold the mouse, we drag and drop. So first one is going to be large like this, and then we look for MNQ. And we already know we are looking at June contract, so that's M5. And then, so let's close this tiny box here. And then we go back to add modules, and now we bring another chart. So now I have the option to either set it vertically like this or drop it horizontally. So do I want to have a chart stack over another chart, or do I want to have them set up vertically? So I don't like the horizontal, so what I want to do is go back to add modules and pull vertically another chart. So now I'm going to say bring me the ES M5 MES, let's say micro, right? MES M5, that's what you guys are trading. And then let's go back again, try to drag and drop one more. And then for this one, we say MYM M5. So that's YAM. This one, you see it's showing, it has delayed data. The reason for that is because my account is not, I don't have the CME data on my real account that is supporting YAM. So that or that micro version. So for that reason, that data is delayed. Okay. So now what we do, you can almost like, you can come to the board side here and try to make it, resize it basically, small, large, however you want. Next thing, we look at shaping our candles. So you click on the chart that you're on, and then you go to the bars. Right now it has bars selected as default. I'm picking candlesticks. Okay. Now what I want to do is add on my indicators. So at this point, you guys should have gone through the course and you know how to add the indicators and how to delete them. So we click on settings because we have one line which is SMA, and then we remove that. Okay, now that it's done, we go back to indicators. Let's quickly add moving averages. We want EMA, we want 9 in the color of green. Then we want, then again we want another EMA 20, and then this one we want in the color of yellow. And then we want to add one additional indicator, and that would be the 50 EMA. So 50, and then the color is red. I'm going through this part fast because you guys should already know this. And then the last one, we want to add Viva. So we go to volume based and we add Viva, and we keep that as the same color. So now that we have all of this, to make it easier and consistent so that we don't have to go through the repetition, we create what is called a template. So now we want to say this entire layout, the EMAs, save them under one specific name. So let's call them layout 1. So now we go to our next chart. So the first thing we do, again repeating the same things, we click on the type of candle, we change it to candlestick. The time frame is this, right? We want 1 minute. And then, you know, sometimes you zoom in, you zoom out. Of course, you can click and move, hold the click and move this thing in the background. Or you could, if you screw up, that's okay. Just come here, you click on this arrow and it brings you to the current candle. Now, because we already saved a template here on this one chart, we go and apply that same template to this one. You see what happened? So we don't have to go through the same painful steps to try to add each of these, right? Now let's repeat, going to the next chart layout, going to the template and selecting our layout 1 that we saved. And of course we need to change the candlestick to the chart type to candlestick. Now this going to current bar is your best friend. Sometimes you're zooming in on one candle and you can't find like where you are, all of that. So this brings you to the latest wherever the market is. Now, having all of this said, you can zoom on. So right now my mouse is, the pointer is on here. So this is the furthest I can zoom in, and then you can zoom out, right? And then if the candles are not zoomed in enough, you can go on the price. See this, each chart has a price line, right? So you go to the price and you scroll up or you scroll down. So you zoom in or you zoom out. So that's that. What else? One more thing. So when I place in our day-to-day day trading sessions, so for instance, I say, you know, you're all looking at our setup that's shared. I say if the price goes above this, I want to go long. I don't click on buy market. So what I do, I click here on the top of that candle, you see, right? And I say buy a stop. You cannot place a request. Your account is subscribed to the data feed associated. Okay, it's saying you can't trade YAM, which is fine. So let's go to yes. So we say if the price goes below, let's say the price goes below this, go short. Just making hypothetical scenario, right? So now you see this here. But what I want to do is I want to see a line right here so I can play with it. I can pull it up, pull it down. To do that, you go on the chart settings and then you click on the fill orders. Now here you want to select show all. Okay, now when you select show all, it is showing a tiny arrow right here which says this is where you got in. Now I want to say my stop loss, I want my stop loss to be here, so I click here again and I put, because I shorted, I'm -1, which means I sold 1. Now I want to say buy 1, meaning I want to exit if I want to stop loss if the price hits the top of this candle. You see, it just hit my stop loss, which is fine. This is only for purpose of showing to you guys, right? So again, the price is going high. I feel like, let's say I have a bullish bias. I'm saying the price is going to come down to this point. Let's say the 9 EMA. It may touch the 9 EMA before it goes a lot higher. So with this example, what I'm trying to show you is this line, this limit line. You can go on the price line and try to adjust this, move this up, move this down. The best thing that you can do to help yourself become a great trader, aside from technical analysis, is knowing how to play with the system. You have to know how to use Tradovate. You have to know, like, you don't want to get stuck in a position. Let's say you're short and you're in right, you know, you have $1,000 profit, and now what? You can't get out, right? So best thing is to get yourself familiarized with this application, play with it, trade on demo account until you're fully proficient and you know exactly what you're doing with the app. Now, let's say something happens, you get stuck. Now you don't know how to exit. There are a couple of ways. First, if your chart is as narrow as mine is here, if you scroll up, let's say you have a let's say do a buy market. So right now, let's say I don't know, I can't see the chart, you know, something happened, my price lines are cramped, like I don't know what is where, the setting is messed up. So what you can do here is go, and so on top here you can see if you have a negative position, that means you're short. If you see a green or +1, that's long. Now you have a scroll here, you can scroll to the right or to the left. So if you go to the right, you get the option to exit at market and cancel all. So you click that, now the position is gone. That's one way to do it. This other point that I'm going to tell you is what I do every single day. When we play with the chart, oftentimes we make a mistake. I may say, hey, I want to sell if we go below the VWAP here. Let's say there's a huge support line here. I'm saying if we break below this, I want to go short here. Now I'm talking with you guys. Okay, let's go back to settings here as well. Go to fill orders and then say show all, because we want to see this line and be able to push it up or down. So I'm talking with you guys. We have a fantastic day. We trade together. My day is great. I'm happy. And now I want to shut down my system and leave. What's the best practice? I could forget this, right? I don't want to forget that I have a limit order sitting somewhere, because trust me, this has happened to me many times and it will happen to you as well. So the best practice is to come to this here, the top here, where it says your equity and your open profit and loss. Click here and say exit all position and cancel all. That's the best way to make sure you do not have any limit orders on any assets anywhere within the application. And then okay, so you had two ways. One was specific to the asset that you're on, so you could scroll to the right and say exit, 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 or just do one by default. Any application, you know, multiple charts you have, whatever, cancel everything out. And then the last thing I want to show you is, so now you have learned how to put a limit order, right? So let's say 1, 2, 3, 3 times we hit this price point, we reject it. Let's say if we go back to this price and I want to short. Now you're playing with this line, you can move it up and down. Remember, you should not leave. It's like a drag and drop thing. So hold the mouse key as you have pressed it and push this up and down. Now I want a scenario where I want to say, whenever I'm placing an order, automatically put, like, so when I place this, let's say I'm going short, I may put my stop loss here, right? Like as soon as the order gets filled, I want to put my limit. What I can also do on top of that is to create a bracket. Okay, so now for creating a bracket, you click on this and then you add a name. So let's say the name is 1 to 2, risk reward of 1 to 2. We say ticks, tick profit is stop loss. Let's say we want how many ticks? Let's say 100 ticks. Is our full TP, and our stop loss is 60, which is $300. So basically we want to say put an automatic bracket, stop loss of 300, take profit of 500. Okay, and risk reward ratio of almost 1:1, and then it's save. Okay, so now we have the option to turn it off or turn it on. Remember, you have to do this for each of these tabs. You can't just do one by default. Okay, so for ES, let's say we were saying if we go above this, buy. So you see now automatically I have a full I have a bracket, basically stop loss and take profit. So what this does, if we get to this point, this will not get filled because these two are conditioned on this order to get filled. Okay, so we are really not at risk that it will first hit a short order than the other one. The beauty of the bracket order is that you can adjust them. So let's say like the 100 ticks comes exactly here, so we are like, oh, I don't want that because we may not get to that point. We want it to be exactly on top of this, and then the risk to be slightly below, not in an obvious liquidity area. That's it. So that's creating a bracket order. And then some days, the other good thing is when you have a bracket order, you don't have to just put a sell. So let's say we are doing a buy. I just bought. Immediately, what the application did, it put an auto stop and auto take profit. Okay, so now I don't have to worry that if something happens, if shit hit the fan, that, you know, my account will get blown up. So bracket order has this beauty, and of course you can adjust this. So now let's say it has been in this area for a little bit. Now I want to say I don't want to risk anymore, so get me to break even or slight profit. That blue line is where your order got filled. So that's it. Remember, you can't pull this up above you, so you have to bring this lower. So let's say we want the VWAP, because VWAP is a big, oh, that's the VWAP, that's 9 EMA. We want to bring our stop at 9 EMA. So when I say my stop is at 9 EMA, that take profit, that's a stop loss. That's this one. So let's say my stop is right below this candle. That's what I mean. And when I say my TP is right at the 9 EMA, that means it's exactly there. So now I wait. This is the, okay, that order got filled. I'm not risking any more money. So there's a lot of advantages. Like if your setup is on the screen and you see it, you get in, this is the perfect way to limit your risks. Play with it, see how much success you have with doing a bracket order versus doing it manually. That's all. If there is anything, definitely send me a question and we shall cover them. So today we learned how to propagate our charts, add indicators, create templates, as well as use limit orders, TP and SL, stop loss and take profit, and then more important than all of those, how to create a bracket for ourselves. Now, if you don't want this, you just turn it off. If you want it, you turn it on. That's it. You could have multiple brackets. Okay, thank you.